Hey guys, Paul from Ashen Phoenix. It is New Comic Book Day for the... Oh man, I forgot. Be right back. I didn't even get this punishment. But it's New Comic Book Day for the week of December 11th. We're going to get started. This episode brought to you by the Comic Book Store, 30 North Main Street, Glassboro, New Jersey, 08028. Come buy some stuff. Come buy some stuff Friday, December 20th. Apparently that is D20 day. If you're some D&D people, there's going to have sales and all kinds of board games and all that kind of fun stuff. Come buy stuff for one sale. Stocking stuffers. There you go. Stuff a cold bug in a stocking.
There you go. Last minute gift.
There you go. Stuff like 5 of them. Because, I mean, they're kobolds.
Hey guys, Tim from Capes and Scowls and the Comic Book Store.
Hey Tim!
Hi Paul. Probably like 12 other places I get around, you know what I'm saying? That sounded bad.
That did.
Whatever. Sharky the Bounty Hunter. This is Mark Millar. I read issue 1 of this. Pretty good. We got 5 years. Is everybody just thinking of that David Bowie song? Perfect. As Terry Moore, known for Strangers in Paradise, Echo, all them books. We got Rumble up to volume 6. That's really cool. Rumble's a pretty cool book. Young Justice, book 4. This would be like 2000s Young Justice, I'm guessing. This is the early stuff. We got Bloodshot, book 1, volume 1. All the Bloodshots. Eternally volume 1's of Bloodshots. But, you know, Vin Diesel gonna play him, so it's relevant. Star Wars, Dr. Aphra. They're up to volume 6 of Dr. Aphra. Going strong. Harley Quinn and the Birds of Prey with a movie cover, kind of, sort of. I actually don't know what issues this is, but does it really matter? Injustice 2, volume 6. This is the end of Injustice 2, which originally started when the game came out, so that's pretty cool that it ran that long. Tom Taylor, he's always good. The Boys, this is the last omnibus that completes the series. There's also the photo cover for the show. Joe Hill, the graphic novel collection. This is a bunch of stories from different things he's done, and, you know, if you like Lock and Key and you're interested in these new Hill House books, check it out.
All right, my first issue is Symbiote Spider-Man Alien Reality, issue number 1. I had no idea what this book was, but apparently it is a retelling of the Symbiote Spider-Man situation, where sometime recently after Secret Wars, Spider-Man comes back with his symbiote suit and is fighting Kraven, gets knocked out, and the symbiote suit kind of takes over and beats the crap out of Kraven. However, Spider-Man is kind of put into an alternate reality that he has to fight out of. And his first stop in trying to fix things is, well, this feels magic, so I'm assuming it's magic. Let's go to the Sorcerer Supreme, and the Sorcerer Supreme is the Hobgoblin. And terrible things happen. It was actually interesting. I was not expecting anything from this book. I was expecting it to suck. I was expecting it to be a waste of time, and it wasn't. I was pleasantly surprised. So if you're looking for something new to read, pick it up.
All right, first up for me, we got Tales of the Dark Multiverse, the Judas Contract. I love the Judas Contract. I love the original book. I love the cartoon adaptation, even though it's a little bit different. Gets the same general idea across. This one is pretty dark. Basically, Terra, if you haven't read it, spoilers, I'm going to tell you the point because it's relevant to this. In the Judas Contract, Terra is a spy for Deathstroke. She is not actually a Teen Titan, and she causes quite a bit of horror and dismay. In this version, she does a lot of the same things, but way worse and way more violent, and she loses her damn mind. So, if you've been enjoying these books, this one, you can see what somebody with the ability to move the earth can do. This book was fun. All of these have been fun. I believe this is the last one. So when this comes out in trade, I'll be buying it because I want to read them all again. I like it.
Next up, we have RWBY issue number 3. I've been raving about RWBY for a while now. This is now starting to get a little bit more of the centralized plot that's going on. We still get a backstory with Wise as the last of the group that hasn't been explained as to where she's been and all that kind of stuff after the fall of Beacon. But now we are seeing RWBY on her own with her new group, and how that's not quite as functional as RWBY's group was. They can't even get their initials correct, and started to find more of the larger problems that the Fall of Beacon has caused. It's definitely been a fun read, and you should give this one a try.
Next up, we have Superman, number 18. This is that issue where he reveals his identity to the world. Paul, you were just asking me about that.
I really was.
It's this one. That's why I just kind of ignored you, because I thought that was funny. Basically, it's just Bendis writing a pretty good story. I mean, there's not a lot of action in this. But it's kind of interesting to see Superman's point of view of just like, I just want to talk to my friends and tell them the truth. And you get a lot of cool moments when he tells Perry, when he tells Jimmy. Jimmy actually messes with him, which was pretty awesome. My favorite part is when he goes out into space and he starts talking to Adam Strange. And Adam Strange is like, wait a minute, you have a desk job? What? Why? What do you? And it's just, Adam Strange actually kind of steals the book early on. But a lot of cool things, and I just really, for such a simple thing, even though it's a big thing, it's such a simple thing for him to just be like, yeah, I'm Clark Kent. I think they did a really good job. It actually filled the pages, it wasn't like a disappointment. And it'll be interesting to see what happens going forward, because we still have all this Year of the Villain stuff, and Lex Luthor did not look too happy for not figuring that out.
And my pick of the week is Lucy Claire Redemption. It's a fun horror book. I haven't read horror in a while. This was kind of interesting. It's a world where wolf hunters and werewolf hunters exist, and they haven't for a while. So this literally picks up a couple months in the past where the wolves have finally felt that the dangers are over, and it's time to wreak havoc on the world again. And they started attacking people, and we're dealing with this one band trying to find Lucy Claire, which is the fabled werewolf hunter of this world. And when they find her, she's not who she seems to be, or is she? And then the group gets into trouble because they're not getting what they expect to do. It's been a very fun read. The art was really, really well done. The writing was solid. This was definitely fun to read. I'm going to be curious to see how the rest of the series goes, because you are seeing a very flawed character with a ton of backstory that was squeezed into one issue without overloading it and making it too long to read or confusing you. So I'm really excited to see how this one goes.
And finally, my pick of the week is by Joe Hill. It's Dying is Easy, number 1. Joe Hill, again, Lock and Key guy, Stephen King's son. Basically, this is a story about a stand-up comedian who is a former cop who has seen some awful, awful things and has a really poor sense of humor and really dark jokes that aren't really that funny. The writing is so good in this because what you have is a bunch of comedians talking crap on another comedian who likes to lift their jokes. And it's just a ton of dialogue until we get a little bit of a mystery at the end. If you want a ton of action, it's not here initially, but I have a feeling it'll be here later. This is going to turn into some sort of weird detective story with this retired cop trying to figure out some awful stuff that goes down. But the dialogue and the art really work well together. Martin Simmons is your artist, and he does a really gritty, just weird kind of art style for this book anyways. Everybody looks really gross and defeated and depressing, and I like it. I like it, Paul. It's good stuff. It fits the book. The potential's here. Some of the jokes are funny, but they're kind of not supposed to be at the same time for him anyways. So, and it is called a Shit Talk Holmes mystery. That's kind of a joke. You'll see that in here. But yeah, it's a different kind of book. I think you'd like it. Something different. You need different. It can't just be superheroes all the time. All right, that's the end of the video. Paul and I thank you for sticking around. We should be having some Christmas, New Year's kind of specials going on. Maybe released on Wednesdays. I know, the comics come out a little weird around the holidays, so we'll let you know. When we know, you'll know. I believe Christmas is actually on a Wednesday this year, so we'll figure out which day your video goes up. So just be mindful of that. You might get a video on an odd day. It might be a Tuesday, it might be a Thursday, but you'll get something. We'll give you.
You'll still get them on Wednesdays.
You'll get something.
It just might not be a new review. It might be like a future Paul, or it might be our best of.
There is no best of.
There's some best ofs.
It's
not
our
a best of it. It's our end of the year list kind of thing. I didn't say
middle of the road comments is what I'd say.
I mean, it's a thing.
No, you're just gonna be positive. You're not gonna let me mess with you. All right, you're no fun.
I'm always positive.
Oh, it's disgusting.
you know this. You make it sound like there's ever been a day where I'd just be like, I don't want to be here. No, it's never been a thing. That's you. But it's like I'm fine.
I'm fine. So so you have that. Also at
so juvenile.
Shut the hell up. Also, if you head over to Capes and Scowls podcast, we will have a Tapes and Scowls Christmas special up soon, as well as a New Year's special. So you can have all the specials. So much specialness. You're a special snowflake. You are the one and only. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine, and other assorted lies.
Do you remember the CBS special, like spinning opening to when like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer happened?
I mean, super vaguely.
Yeah.
Like kind of.
Yeah. I mean, it was. I don't know why. I don't even know where I was going with that. It was just like that just popped into my head, so I'm going to say it because that's what I do. I don't stop talking.
Fantastic. Well, I think it's enough of that, don't you?